Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. Another winning night in the books. Make it 4 in a row. Very grateful. Not taking anything for granted. Going to have an even bigger discount for those of you who want to jump into the VIP. Like I said, as we keep winning days in a row, keep that streak alive, I'm going to keep increasing the percentage discount on the entry to the VIP. So I'm going to get that up to 60% here in just a minute and show you the code for that. Also want to run through how we did yesterday. Like I said, made a couple 2.5 units to be specific there. So feeling good about the trajectory that we're on as we head into the playoffs. We do have 9 games with, and then 8 games. We have double-digit spreads. So this is not necessarily going to be the best day of betting in the NBA. I've got a few looks that I want to share with you guys here from at least 1 or 2 games that we can at least bank on. But like I said, we still have a ton of injury news, and we have 8 of 9 double-digit spreads. So it's going to be tough to navigate that stuff. Sounds like we need the live show today, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to come back today, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. You guys bring your bets. Jump in the comments of the live show. I'll go ahead and go over the looks that you guys want to look at together. So if that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. 6-3, 2.5 units. We are now 38.8 up on the season. We're going to get back as close to 50 as we can before we get into the playoffs here to get to 80 by the time the playoffs are ended. So hope to do that here. Like I said, 4 days in a row with wins now means if you do use code 4 days, you get 60% off 2 months. The first 2 months in the VIP should take you through about the first round of the playoffs if you're interested in jumping in, getting all this stuff. A lot more than just the picks, by the way. I just want to make clear the chat in the VIP Discord is awesome. I'm so grateful for everybody who's dropping plays in there. A lot of winners. Even when I had my losing streak over about a 3-week period there, a lot of people were winning still in the Discord because of the guest cappers in there helping us all out. So really grateful for them as we keep winning here in the LYB network. But let's look at what we've got here. I told y'all a few days ago when we got off of this streak that we were going to start looking at the bets that were deserved and the bets that were undeserved to see if we could start finding some patterns for things we should stay away from and some bets we might need to start creeping into more, right? So 8 deserved, 1 undeserved leads to a pretty good night if you're doing things the right way. Brolo cashed for us in the first quarter with the over 1.5 threes, plus 105, playing Brolo threes against a team that's playing drop coverage. The Phoenix Suns, Mike Budenholzer is the coach, used to be the coach of the Bucks. Brolo knows that he wants to drop his center. He doesn't bring his center out to the three-point line to defend it. So Brolo had some nice open threes there, hit 2 of them really quickly. Santi got his. He had 11 at the half, got his in the third quarter, ended with a really strong game. And he is always a very good play against the Dubs, who go small and really force guys like Zach Edey off the floor with the way that they can pace and space, right, and spread the floor. So Santi's a great floor spreader with his ability to shoot from outside and still a big that can get rebounds down low. So he's always a great bet against a team like the Dubs. Had 2 really good games this year. Okongwu, 10.5 boards against the Trailblazers, who have been a top 10 team limiting points to and rebounds both to centers all season and really since Donovan Clingan came in and started at that point. So that was an easy one. He had 6. He had 17 rebound chances, but I'm still never going to take Okongwu to get 11 boards on 17 rebound chances. He's not that good of a rebounder. He's a good defender, really versatile center on offense, not a great rebounder. So Kamara, another under in the same game. Always look at that. That's a system play that we talk about. When you have a guy like Kamara who's guarding Trae Young when he plays the Hawks, he's not going to be in position to get rebounds, right? He's focused on limiting Trae's stuff and staying really far from the basket where Trae's primarily standing on offense. So love Kamara unders against guys like Trae and Darius Garland and Tyrese Halliburton and other guys that play up top. We talk about that a lot. A little late ad for the VIP there. Orlando -4 was a bit of a sweat until the fourth quarter, but they should have been handling things all game. And this Spurs team is not trying to win. So I was really banking on Orlando, still jockeying for that playoff seeding versus San Antonio really doesn't need the game at all. So they did end up coming back in the fourth quarter, which is kind of what you depend on when you make a bet like this. Is a team that's not really trying, you can kind of bank on the end of the game really working in the favor of the team that is going to make the playoffs here for the Magic. Nikola Jokic in that game of the year, probably, not probably, it's got to be the game of the year, even though that Giddey game with that 3 was nice too. This one was unreal, right? Two overtimes, and Russ's missed layup at the end of the game, wild. But Joker hit that in the first quarter. So my bets were done right away in the very, very long game between Minnesota and Denver. Really grateful for the Joker, but that was a simple play against Rudy. Similar thing there, what we talked about with Brook Lopez. The Phoenix Suns don't play drop defense, and the Timberwolves with Rudy Gobert also play drop defense against Joker. So he's often gotten 2 threes. All 4 games against him this season, he's gotten 2 threes. Let's look at the losses, though. Booker, I was talking to Prop Bomb about this. He took Booker under assists in this game. I don't know if I'd go back to it. He wouldn't go back to it. I probably wouldn't go back to it either, but it looked really good until we got to the middle of the third quarter. And then Tyus Jones hit like 3 threes in a row that gave Book all those dimes. He ended up getting a few boards in the second half, even though in the first half he had 0. I thought that game was going to be a blowout, and it was until Tyus Jones hit 3 threes in a row. And then everything kind of came crashing down for us in that one. But I don't know if I'd go back to it. But Booker without Beal and KD still goes under on the rebounds and assists very often. It's just the intensity of this game was playoff-like. So that definitely led to it. Delana Blanton on the Blazers. Had someone in the VIP ask me why I didn't bet on Denny Avdia, and I bet on Blanton. Blanton's stuff was really low for him, and Denny's stuff was really high. The only undeserved bet here is the Blanton over 14.5 points loss that we took. That was undeserved. He was 4 for 15 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3, missed a couple free throws, all bad. The assists, however, were deserved. Over 5.5 assists. I didn't get it, and I am saying that's deserved because he got 5 on 10 potentials. So, look, it was a 50-50 bet. I got plus money on it. It didn't work out. That's all it is. But not too worried about that one. Honestly, 3 losses still led us to 2.5 units up. So like I said, 4 days is the code if you want to get 60% off first 2 months in that VIP. But let's go ahead and look at the few looks that I've got here for the day. And then we will be back on that live show, 5:30 p.m. Eastern today. As always, going to be using Props Madness here on the show, the #1 sports betting research tool for all things hoops. It's a one-stop shop with like all of the data that you need in one place. So highly recommend. Try it out. Use code LYB. That'll get you 7 days off or 7 days free. So you can trial it for yourself and see if it helps you with your bets. If you do want to jump in and use this platform and get a subscription, 25% off using code LYB. It's about $20-25 a month. So really, really reasonable stuff for, like I said, really the only platform that you should need when studying these bets. But the only thing I can really get down right now is in this Cavs and Knicks game. And I don't have this bet down on my card because I want to wait to see what happens. Yesterday, we saw that the Knicks, they played against the 76ers. Cat sat out, presumably so that he could play today on the back-to-back against the Cavs, right? Sit versus a poo-poo team, play versus a very good team. That said, the 2 things that I'm looking at are either assists or threes. And let's start with the threes because the thing that I need to know is who is playing and starting for this Knicks squad. They haven't released their injury report yet. We don't know who's going to be in the lineup for them yet. And what I want to know is are we going to see like Precious Achiuwa in the starting lineup? Are we going to see Mitch Rob in the starting lineup alongside Cat? Because if either of them start, then I think we're going to see Evan Mobley guarding Karl Towns, right? That's what we saw here in these at least this last game right here in February, right? Cat took 3 threes, but he's averaging a few more 3 attempts than that. It's just he was playing against Mobley. Mobley is not going to be a mismatch for him. Mobley is a very good defender who can go out to the 3-point line and limit what Cat wants to do. So if Mobley if there's no other big to take Jarrett Allen or to really force like Mobley or Jarrett Allen to play, then we're going to see Cat without Evan Mobley on him. So if Precious or Mitch Rob start, we're going to see Evan Mobley on Cat. We're going to see Jarrett Allen on one of those 2. If we don't see either of those guys start, then we're going to see Jarrett Allen on Cat. You see what I'm saying? So if we have Jarrett Allen on Cat, I like the threes for Cat a lot more, but I need to know if there's a big that's going to start for the Knicks, because if there is no other big starting for the Knicks, we're in a good position to get Cat with Jarrett Allen, which means he's better for the 3 because Jarrett Allen wants to drop down and play drop defense. So we got to see which players are starting for the Knicks and who's really going to be getting minutes out there for them. But the assists might be a look regardless. We have this at 2.5. It's a very low number here. And I understand that if you look at the potential assists in these head-to-head matchups for Cat versus the Cavs, does not look good. 3 and 3 to get 7 total assists and 6 potentials, right? Like in 2 games, you don't want to bank on that. That's kind of an outlier. But the thing at the end of the day is this defense for the Cavs isn't the best. It's 14th. Limiting assists against the center position, or 12th, excuse me. It's not top 10 at least, and everything else that it does, it's pretty much top 10, right? So this would be the one sort of weak spot is the assist for the centers. He's at 3 on the season anyway. We're basically getting plus money here for him to do something that he's done very consistently all season. If you look at the games without Jalen Brunson, slight uptick as well, goes from 3.1 on the season to 3.3, and has had some pretty nice games with the dimes. So if you're going to give us plus money here on the assists, there's really not going to be much that's going to stop me from taking this. Again, I just want to know who's playing for the Knicks so I can make a decision based on actual information rather than speculation. All right, y'all. Hope to see y'all at the live show, 5:30 p.m. Eastern today. Bring your bets. Jump in the comments. Let's go over this stuff together and see which bets and value we can find. And if you do want to get into the VIP, got 60% off 4 days is the code. And just to be clear, these episodes don't always have all the bets that I'm playing. I'm playing a lot more in the VIP, and I'm waiting till later in the day when we get information to make those bets. So this is where you want to be if you want to make sure you get all my plays. And until I see y'all next, happy betting.